If you do, let's hope in our favor.
Well, I always try to rule in your favor. Um, well, good evening, everyone. It is Wednesday again. Last week, coming off of a long rest, you guys spent some of your day in Baldur's Gate, spending some of the money that you retrieved from the Van Thamper's manor, restocking on potion supplies, buying some magical ammunition, and then you attended the funeral of Crayley's mother, who was murdered in the street by a man named Captain Zodge and a few of his henchmen on our very first session. Captain Zodge has been in the wind ever since that day, but as you are all now having a lovely meal in Crayley's familial home, at the end of the session last week, the skies above the domicile began to turn ashen, and out of the window you could see a slow falling of wilted roses, kind of like dribbling to the ground slowly upon the wind. You could see the air kind of in and around the home gain this sulfurish like scent to it, and then you could hear the shouting of Captain Zodge from out in the pathway leading up to your home, Crayley, taunting you to emerge. And in that shouting, there was a burst of flame, setting the log pile on the side of your house instantly on fire. And following that explosion, you could hear Sylvie, the voice of your arch nemesis, the woman that you've been hunting along the Sword Coast for so many years, Larissa Bloodthorn, cackling. You hear her say, "Come now, Sylvie, I know you're in there. It's time that we put an end to this once and for all. Why don't you come and join your sister in Oblivion?" And we've all rolled for initiative last week. As you hear Captain Zodge continuing to shout, "Yes, come on, all of you! Outside! Let's have a bloody fight." And before we officially enter combat, I think that's everything. Why don't you all make perception checks for me?
Oh no.
You see Captain Lightheart push back from his chair and stand. He picks up his longsword that was kind of resting, hanging off the back of his chair, and he draws his blade. He tries to kind of peer at the window through the flames, and you see him look to River and say, "Can you do anything about that?" And he kind of like nods towards the now expanding fire along the side of your home, Crayley. River nods her head, and she as well stands from her meal. You see her kind of reach into one of her little component pouches hanging around her waistline, and she pulls out a small vial of water, or some clear liquid. Thirstwell, you can see behind you there, Dolos, is kind of trembling. He says to you, I was not I was hoping that we wouldn't have to fight so soon. I haven't regained any of my spellcasting ability, Dolos. I'm afraid.
Yeah, I understand that as well. Um, you know, I have a teleportation stone. I don't know what the fuck it's going to do. If you want to use it, you can have it.
What do you give him?
A teleportation stone, the one that I got from Elandor.
Oh, um, he
No
said
idea how. If you want to use it,
he he does take it from you, but he says this might help if things go south. But I'd like to be. Do you still have my wand of magic missiles?
yes, I do. I give that to him as well.
Okay. Okay, he is in the turn order. Cool. Okay. You all have a few moments as everyone's kind of standing up. You can hear Zodge just shouting obscenities, cursing as loud as he can. Krayley at the door, you see him drag his hand over his blade, and as he does so, flames erupt down his longsword. He's twirling it kind of like a Jedi, weeping flames like arcing through the air. Larissa's out there cackling like mad. Sylvie, when the explosion of flames happened along the pile of wood, it kind of burst out the window there, and you can kind of see Larissa outlined through the flames flickering there as they are kind of licking up now the side of Krayley's house. And with your perception check, you can see hanging around her neck the soul coin that has been put on a large iron chain. But something is different about it. It has been split in half. You all have a few moments to take some kind of preparatory action before the turn order begins. What would any of you like to do during these few brief moments to prepare?
Sylvie, for one, doesn't do anything. She just full-on starts flying out there.
Oh, damn.
In that case, Dolos gives Sylvia bardic inspiration.
Thank you!
Good luck. Don't die.
Remember your bardic inspirations. Remember your DM inspirations if you have any. Remember your potions. Remember everything. Sylvie, if that's what you're doing, why don't you go ahead and take your turn?
Okay. Alright, so I am going to pull out both of my daggers, and I'm going to use the +1 as my action, and then I'm gonna use the Fang one in my offhand as my bonus action.
Okay. Are you going to throw them?
No, I'm just gonna lunge at her.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're gonna go outside.
Yeah.
So you could dive through the window, through the flames, out the side of the house if you'd like. Just give me an acrobatics check.
Alright.
Otherwise, you don't have enough movement unless you bonus action dash.
I'm proficient in acrobatics, so...
Yeah. There you go. You jump through the flames out directly to confront Larissa here. Your offhand manages to hit her, doing 4 piercing damage. She says, "So brave." Any of the rest of you have any prep actions? Is that your turn, Sylvie?
Probably should have asked this earlier, but could I add my bardic inspiration to that first roll? Would that make a difference?
It would make a difference, yes.
Okay.
So you could do that, sure.
Awesome.
So both of your attacks hit.
Awesome. Cool.
Before I move to Krayley, do any of you have any pre-combat prep actions that you take?
Could I? Oh, sorry. You can go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, Mavathor will go ahead and cast Bless on Krayley, Dolos, and Vorn. Oops.
And Krayley?
Yes, I wanted to see if I could use this poison vial that I had to coat 3 of my ammunition pieces with.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I had previously written down that the poison vial we got was a 1d8. It's like, I guess it was better than a basic. But I guess my clarification is, in the compendium, I didn't see like what the DC con save would be for that. For a basic, I saw was 10.
We'll call it a DC 13.
DC 13. Okay, put that down. So do that. Okay. That is, and then I just want to shout to River or Captain Lightheart to please protect my mom. Just one of you.
And I would say that you could probably coat 5 arrows with 1 vial of poison.
Okay. I would do 5 arrows then.
Are you going to coat some of your +1s?
Yeah. That's what I will do.
Okay.
Check once.
So you pull out a vial of that poison. You begin coating some of your arrowheads. Mavathor, you cast a Bless. And Dolos, do you have any pre-turn order preparatory actions that you take?
Dolos gave his bodic inspiration. He did his good deed.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, I gotcha. Okay, Krayley, go ahead.
Okay. Let me go ahead and get Bless added here. Real quick.
Are we on by chance on the map we were previously? Because I'm still on the front screen.
Still on the front screen.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, where it
Oh,
says
yeah,
Descent
the-
into Avernus.
Oh,
Intro.
my bad. Maybe this will make more sense now.
Yeah,
Oh,
that-
no.
that helps a lot.
My bad.
So for my turn, since I've gone ahead and prepped, do that here. I don't want to. I guess I will open the door, and I just want to loose an arrow, one of my magic arrows, directly at Captain Saj.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Okay, cool. And then the feat I took last time is going to be the sharpshooter. So I'm going to apply
Oh, that's a good one.
that. Okay.
Make another perception check for me, Sylvie. Actually, never mind. I'll save it.
Okay.
Wait, no, sorry. Oh my god, I'm having like a huge brain freeze. I've had a lot.
You're good.
Oh, here we go. Sorry. Okay. And then, sorry, I should have applied the plus
Mavathor,
one.
your AC is 20, right?
21.
21.
Okay.
So your attack was an 8. Minus
yes.
3.
Yeah. Yes. I don't know why I did minus 3.
Is sharpshooter gives you a -5? Is that what that does?
Yeah, sharpshooter -5 to
But it
get
adds
10 additional.
extra damage.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's adding your archery style, minusing the 5.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Gotcha. Okay.
That arrow, you step out the door, you see Zodge there kind of pacing back and forth. When the door pops open, you see this wide grin go across his face. He looks a bit different than the first time you saw him. He's shaved his head. He used to have this long, flowing black hair. And he's still wearing parts of his Flaming Fist uniform, but his armor's kind of changed. And something that you notice about him when you open the door and see him face to face is that he's kind of like, you're not sure if he's painted his face with makeup or what, but his skin is kind of pale now and his eyes are sunken and dark. It kind of reminds you of Zariel. Why don't you make a perception check for me as well?
Hey!
That's good.
You know, you've seen Sylvie's soul coin, and she asked you to help look for it back at the barracks this morning. And you see Zodge wearing a thick metal chain around his neck, and you see hanging in the center of it a piece of the soul coin that Sylvie had, but it's split into a quarter, so it's like a pizza slice of this large silver medallion.
Oh. Okay.
Your arrow goes flying over the heads of Zodge and his 3 companions, and Zodge yells at you, your aim is as poor as your mother's was.
Them fighting words.
Piece of shit.
Do you have anything else you'd like to do on your turn, Krayley?
No, I think I did a couple things. Like, I think I forgot to add bless, but I'll just do that next time.
You can, well, with the Nate, you would miss him. But,
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, next time.
Cool. Dolos.
Yes. Okay. Here's my question.
Yeah?
Is that a window?
Sorry, ping again? Yeah, that's a window.
Okay. Delos is going to walk over to the window. And now I believe these 2 guys are more than 30 feet away, correct?
Let's see. They're probably about 30. Right in that range.
Oh, never mind. Doesn't matter. It's okay.
40,
Because
40-ish.
he's going to cast command at 2nd level on these 2 guys and just tell them to run.
Wisdom saves?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Do you say run or do you say dash? Both of them turn. Zodge reaches out his hand as they blow past, and he tries to grab one of their collars. This will be his legendary action. The guy shakes out of it, and the 2 of them run their full... There's no more map, but they run their full speed they dash 60 feet.
Oh, wonderful.
Anything else?
No, that's it. Yeah.
Did you use a meta magic to twin spell that?
No, I cast second level.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that could
It's
go
command.
more than one target on.
If you cast at a higher level, actually.
Yeah, for sure. That's cool. Okay. Larissa is going to hex you, Sylvie, with
Oh,
her legendary action before her turn begins. And then she says to you, "It sounds like you've made some friends there, Sylvie. And it sounds like they're concerned for each other. Well, let's cause a little chaos, shall we?" And she's going to cast Enemies Abound on Captain Lightheart.
She has vision of him.
Yeah, through the same window that Sylvie jumped out of. Through the flames. Whoops. Oh, let's see. I'll make a perception check. The flames are getting too big. She will just unload her Eldritch Blast on you, Sylvie. These will be at
Oh,
disadvantage
lovely.
because she's within 5 feet of you, so...
Awesome.
The first one is a 13 to hit. The second one is a 15 to hit. Does that hit you? 15?
15 hits.
You take 12 force damage and you're pushed back 10 feet.
Oh god.
Your back slams into the burning
The
pile of
flames.
lumber.
Mm-hmm.
You take a 4 fire damage, and
Okay.
she blasts one more time at you.
Yep, that hits.
For 8 force damage.
Oh god. Okay.
Oh, and I guess you take an extra d6 from her hex as well.
I
no.
hate to ask this, you know I do, but don't we all have vulnerability to fire?
Oh yeah, so
Oh,
8.
yeah.
You take 8
I'm
fire.
so
eight,
sorry.
8 fire damage. 8 fire damage.
Alright, I gotta recount this. I think I lost track at some point. Okay.
Be careful, Sylvie. Anger
28.
blinds us all.
34,
It does.
34 total damage.
Alright, yeah. I just go, I'm not okay!
Oh shit. Oh fuck.
Am I still in the flames?
You're like next to the flames, so you're not like stuck in them, but
Okay, good.
she says, how disappointing. I thought that this would be more entertaining. Let's get a better look at your friends, shall we? And she just sort of like casually, she kind of like skips, like a little kid down towards the front of the house. Captain Zodge. Is the door open or did you close it, Krayley?
I left it open.
Left it open? Captain Zodge uses a bonus action. He's going to hex you as well, Krayley. And he says, come, Krayley. Let's see if you're able to last longer in a fight than your mother was. And he's going to shoot a couple of Eldritch Blasts at you.
Okay.
For 7 force and 7 force. 14 total.
Okay.
And a d6 hex. 17 total.
Okay. All right. Do I get knocked back or anything?
No, not from him.
Okay. All right. That fucking hurt.
One of his thugs kind of moves in position a little behind Zodge. He holds up his crossbow and he tries to fire at you, Dolos, through the window.
Oh, shit.
I'll call it at disadvantage because it's through the pane of glass and stuff. So an 18 to hit.
That is.
You take 10 piercing damage as a big bolt blast shattering the glass, striking you. Thirstwell comes up behind as he sees you get shot, and he holds out the wand, and he shoots 5 bolts of magical energy out of the wand of magic missile. For 17 total damage. You hear him say, "This doesn't look good, Dolos."
No, it doesn't this well.
River.
Were they shot at?
No, go ahead.
Were they shot at Zodge or the mercenary dude?
At the mercenary.
Okay.
Yeah. You could direct him verbally if you want him to do other stuff.
Oh no, just wondering.
Oh, okay, sure. River is going to 5, 10, 15, 20. Jump through the window and the flames as well, following you outside. Oof. She stumbles on the windowsill and catches some fire damage.
Oh no.
So she takes 2 fire damage. But when she's outside, she stands up and dusts herself off. She kind of pops the cork on her little clear liquid vial and holds her palm out and shakes some of the water out onto her palm. And it kind of hovers there and starts to swirl in a little ball of water. And she kind of tosses it up in the air and raises her hands up and claps. And this rush of water just explodes out, crashing into the side of your house, Krayley, putting out all the flames as she casts a tidal wave. It crashes into the side of your house. all this water goes spilling in across the floor of your home as it kind of like breaks apart some of the burning wall, kind of washing the table and the rug away kind of to the far wall of the house. But she puts out the fire. Mavathor.
Alright. Mavathor will step forward a little bit and telepathically say to his shield, I believe it is time we dispatch these weaklings, and he'll use it to cast Wall of Fire centered here.
Oh god, not more fire.
It's not going to touch the house, but they will get hurt.
Nice.
How long do you want it?
It's going to be a circle, and it's going to be right there.
Oh, okay.
So, and the flames will be facing inward. So nothing right now, but when they start their turn, they need to make the save, and if they try to leave, they need to make a save again. And yeah, I think that'll just about do that. And I'll go ahead and step back a little bit.
Okay. So at the start of their turns, they need to make the saving throw for it.
Mm-hmm.
You hear the shield say, I was wondering when you were going to start using my power.
There's a time and place for everything, and that'll be the end of his turn.
Right. Captain Bourne, he looks over to your mother, Krayley, and he says, hide under the bed there if you can. Now that the fire's out, you should be safe in the back. I've got to help them. And your mother kind of like nods her head. Vorn? I guess he's just gonna make his way out. About 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He uses his divine sense and he shouts to all of you, there's some other presence hidden here.
Oh no.
Okay.
He will also look to Zaj now that he's closer and cast Compelled Duel on Zaj.
Can he even see him through the wall of fire?
How tall is it?
20 feet.
Yeah, I guess not if he's in there quite yet. He will try and cast Hold Person on Larissa instead then. So she will make a Wisdom save. which she just barely passes.
Actually, I don't know if it'll work, but if it will, I would love to do that.
And she is held in place.
And the advantage does go to Lighthearts.
Ooh, nice. Lursa's kind of skipping in place. She's clapping her hands, cackling at the sky, and then suddenly she freezes, kind of like in this. She's got like one knee up in the air. She's got her hands raised, and she sort of freezes in place. End of each of its turns. Okay. The two thugs dash back into view. They both take shots at Zodge with their crossbows. Both of them plinking into the side of the house. And at the top of the turn order, Sylvie.
Okay, stupid question,
Yeah?
but would I get sneak attack on
Ju-
Larissa since she's in hold person right now?
Indeed.
Awesome. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put my daggers down and grab out my short bow, and I'm gonna use one of my +1 arrows and shoot it at her.
Okay. Whew. You stick an arrow into her side. There's one thing I need to check for her real quick. I kind of remade all the NPCs last night when I got the compendium really going. Okay, that's doesn't affect anything. Okay, cool.
Then
You can roll because she's paralyzed. Your attack has advantage, so you can roll twice just in case you get a crit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where is it?
So she
No.
takes 18 piercing damage as one of your arrows sticks into her side. You see her eyes, one eye kind of like go towards you. I forgot to mention about her. You can see like she has she has like metal pauldrons that are kind of sewn into this. Her outfit's a little different than last time you saw her, and now she's kind of wearing this robe. As she's kind of paralyzed there, all these eyes on her robe start opening, and they're like looking all around. And they all kind of like, when you hit her with the arrow, they all kind of like look at you in unison.
I'm going to uncork one of these potions of greater healing as my bonus action.
I think you guys bought one of each, right?
Yeah.
Which one are you going to use?
The greater.
Okay, 44 plus 4.
Awesome. Can deal with 13. Okay. It's my turn.
Since we're at the top of the round, at the end of your turn, Larissa is going to use a legendary action to try and get out of her hold person. So she'll make a wisdom save. Whoops. But she fails. And Krayley, you're up.
Seeing that she's held, I'm going to try to loose an arrow at the right little goon guy down there in the bottom. Do that. I think I have everything set up correctly here. And I'll just be using a magic arrow as well. Okay.
They're numbered for you now.
Oh, thank you. Two. Yep. 2 is what I was aiming for. Clearly that did not hit.
7 is a miss, unfortunately.
Okay. That'll be my turn.
Dolos.
Okay. I think Dolos can get to Larissa with 30 feet. I'm gonna hope so. Okay, he can't. So I think he's just going to take out his hand crossbow and aim it for Larissa and just see what that does.
Ooh.
Crit!
Nice.
Yeah, you don't even have to roll twice. You put another arrow bolt into Larissa. She's still paralyzed. At the end of your turn, she's going to use her other legendary action point to try to get out one more time of her hold person. And she fails. So at the end of her turn, she's just going to make another wisdom save. And Zodge is going to... What's the spell DC on the shield?
21.
Whew. Okay. 21 dex save, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the damage? 5d8?
Yep. So he takes 26 points of fire damage.
Ooh.
Let's go.
Dang.
Zodge jumps to the
Where's our
flame.
Lord and Savior?
He needs to make the save again to move through it.
That is powerful.
Roll it.
23.
Zodge jumps through the flames onto the porch. He sees Lightheart there, and he says, I should have known. And he is going to take a couple swings at Lightheart with his flaming sword. Both hitting. Hitting Lightheart for 38 total damage. Lightheart tries to kind of meet his blade, but Zaj, after he jumps through the flames, he's kind of got like smoke coming off him. Some of his clothing like burns away through all the heat. After some of his clothing burns away, Dolos, why don't you make a perception check for me?
A perception check. All right.
This guy in here is just gonna burn to death. I'm not even gonna roll it. He's done.
Just vanish it.
What was his name?
Dead thug number 1.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 13 perception. You. His image is kind of like shifting in place. Like when you see him jump through the flames, there's a moment where it's like he's shifted in two and comes back together. You also notice that once some of his armor burns away, or not some of his armor, but some of his clothing burns away, like some of his old Flaming Fist clothing. The breastplate he has on seems like it's like digging into his flesh.
Oh my god.
Thirstwell. You hear him say, Dolos, something's moving in the trees over there. I think it's Amric.
He's back?
And
Oh, good
he
Lord.
turns his wand out the other window. He kind of like reaches down and grabs like a sweater hanging on the back of a chair, and he like wraps it around his elbow and smashes the glass of the window, and then he points his wand out and he fires his wand of magic missile at Amric on the other side of the house. For 13 total. At the end of Thirstwell's turn, Zaj is going to use one of his legendary actions to make another attack against Captain Lightheart. For 16 more damage. Captain Lightheart is bloodied. River tries to get a lay of they are going to cast Moonbeam on Larissa, I guess. So kind of like this pale glow illuminates Larissa there, frozen in place. passes the save though. I don't think her saving throws are affected when she's paralyzed. Mavathor, you're up.
Okay. Let me just check. Nope, that's the wrong tool. Okay. Mavathor will move up. And he will use his Channel Divinity. And Zod needs to end. Well, I assume it's kind of hard for this warlock to drop anything while she's paralyzed, so yeah. But Zod needs to make a wisdom save, DC 14.
Fail.
So he is charmed, and as a result, he needs to drop his flame tongue.
It clanks to the ground at his feet.
Would you say that kicking it away, what kind of action would that be?
I would say because it's like a detrimental action, it would count as like something along the lines of like making a improvised attack.
Okay.
You could pick it up as an object interaction.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he'll free object interaction pick it up.
Okay.
And then he will go ahead and move away. And since he's charmed, he can't attack me. And as a bonus action, he'll cast Spiritual Weapon right next to her. And it'll take a swipe at her at advantage. It's within 5 feet. Oops.
21 hits. Yep.
And I believe it's also a crit.
Is it auto crit when they're paralyzed?
Mm-hmm.
I guess she should have taken more damage.
It's only if the attack is within 5 feet of her.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So,
14
whoops.
total.
Yeah.
All right.
What kind of weapon is the flame tongue? Is it a longsword? Is it?
It is a longsword.
Okay. Yeah, that's the end of my turn. That's literally everything I've got.
Right. Emric. Trees. We're going to bonus action dash this way to the window. He kind of climbs up and hops in front of Thirstwell. He says, "Hello, brother. I always knew that you were no good." And he will try and stab Thirstwell with his dagger.
No.
No! No!
Thirstwell, in his weakened state, crumples unconscious on the floorboards. Amric hops down, and he says, who else do we have here? He does not have any action economy left. Bonus action. Okay, Captain Lightheart, now that Zaj is unarmed, man, I think he's gonna have to just go ahead and use some lay on hands on himself. He's gonna lay on hands himself for 30. With his action. And then with his bonus action.
Can Avathor yell to Vorn to try and throw him into the wall of fire?
Shove would be an action for him. So he used his action, but he will consider that the next time he has an action. He'll use his bonus action for now to... Oh, that's an action spell as well. Shoot. He'll just get in a better position to shove. The thugs take 2 shots at Eudolos with their crossbows. Does 14 hit you?
Yes.
You take 3 piercing.
Okay.
And Sylvie, you're up.
Okay. So, I'm going to run up to Larissa while she's in her paralyzed state, and can I rip the necklace off of her that has the 2 pieces of the soul coin?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, I do that. Is that an action?
Yeah, that'd be an action. Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm gonna take Fang in my offhand. I'm gonna stab her with it.
It'll have advantage.
Okay.
And it'll be crit as well.
Does it get sneak attack?
They wouldn't consider the spiritual weapon to be an ally necessarily.
Okay.
It's not a sentient thing.
Okay. It's worth a shot.
But you have advantage because she's paralyzed, so yes.
That's right. Okay.
So she'll take 10 piercing, and you can roll the sneak attack as well.
Dope. Okay.
26 total. We're at the top of the round. She will, after your turn, use her legendary action, one of her legendary actions, to try and get out of this hold person that she's been bundled up in for some time. And finally,
Oh no.
her foot kind of comes down. She's got this mad look in her eye. She turns and looks at the half of the soul coin dangling off of the metal chain, and she says, "Oh, look at you, reunited." Kralee.
Ooh. Okay. Would Kralee have seen his mom, run to the back and try to hunt under the bed?
Probably.
Or-
I'd say you're probably fairly vigilant about the safety
Okay.
of your mother. So yeah.
Gotcha. In that case, seeing an individual break through the window with the same room as my mom is in, I will loose an arrow at him. But I'm not going to use a magic arrow. I would like to use one of my true strike arrows.
Oh, okay, yeah, nice.
So that does not have poison, but it adds +10 to the attack. I think we decided.
Yeah.
Or to the attack. Okay. Let me do that. I must be doing something wrong. Oh, I still had. Yep. No, that's right. That's right. That's the attack.
So 21 is a hit. Yeah.
Okay.
So the sharpshooter is that damage supposed to be there?
Yeah.
Or no?
Yes. So the sharpshooter adds 10 plus
19
the 9.
19 total.
And then when it hits, I would like to use Banishing Arrow. So they will have to make a Charisma save of 12.
13?
Yep.
And they're going to use their Uncanny Dodge to half that damage as well.
Okay. Gotcha. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Dolos?
Okay. I think Delos realizing Amric is here is like, oh my god. And I don't know if he innately feels it, but I think he knows something is wrong with it as well. So he just runs back inside. I think sees Amric, pulls out his rapier, and just lunges for him.
And Krayley, you do notice that Amric also has a large iron chain around his neck with 1/3 of the soul coin dangling from it. 14 misses. Amric says,
Shit. I do have inspiration, and I am going to use it.
yeah, go for it.
Okay, Delos is not having this. Oh, good lord.
Amric says, you were always a better deceiver than you were a fighter, Dolos.
It won't matter today. As a bonus action, I can drink a potion, correct?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Delos is gonna drink the potion of the potion of heroism.
Oh, okay.
What does that? I know it grants immunity to frightening, but the other thing is like I think temp HP.
Equal to your spellcasting ability modifier at the start of each of your turns. Yeah. Maybe the potion is a little different than the actual spell.
Yeah,
You gain 10
I don't
temp
know.
HP. Yeah, 10 temp HP.
Okay.
You are under the effect of Bless for the same duration, 1 hour. No concentration required. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Arissa takes out one of her own potions.
God. No.
Chugs it. And she says, well, now, the little girl's grown up, made some friends. It doesn't matter, though. I'm going to have your soul just like your sister's. And, she's going to... do 3 more Eldritch Blasts on you. These will be at disadvantage. At least the first one will. You gotta push back 10 feet and take 9 force damage.
Okay.
Does 15 hit?
Yeah, just hit.
You take 12 force damage.
Alright, I'm down.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Okay, you push 10. You push 10. And you go unconscious.
And then it's an auto fail, right?
Well, she wanders towards you. What do you think, Mavathor? Does that give your spiritual weapon an attack of opportunity?
No.
She kind of kneels down as you're unconscious, and she says, "I'm going to let you listen to your friends die." And then she will fire her third one at River for 10 force damage, pushing her back 10 feet. Zaj says, "Well, Lightheart, how's Fist treating you?" And he's going to start to try and grapple with Vorn. So they're going to make opposing athletics checks. Someone's getting thrown into the fire. So then Vorn. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Vorn has bless if that makes any difference.
It might. Let's see what Zod rolls. You see Zod kind of grab to Vorn's shoulder and then grab his wrist, and he's kind of now holding his blade arm. It's been a while since I got into a good old-fashioned grapple. Let's see. I guess he's gonna just try and grapple, and he's gonna kind of swap positions with Lightheart. Thirstwell is gonna make a death save, and Dolos, you see Thirstwell's eyes open, and he kind of looks up at you and winks.
Oh, thank the god.
River, she shouts out over at Larissa. She says, "You and your companions have defiled my sister's land for long enough," and she's going to use a bonus action to cast Healing Word on you, Sylvie.
Thank you.
Nice.
So you heal for 6.
Oh,
And then she's just gonna move up and use her cat's claws.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Go.
Oh, you know what? At the end of River's turn, though, Larissa's going to use her other legendary action this turn. To cast a spell. And as River reaches out to claw Larissa, Larissa grabs River's wrist and will attempt to banish her. Charisma saves. Zaj is going to also use a legendary action to try and shove Vorn into the flame. So they'll make another opposed. I'll let Zaj use his acrobatics. Or I'll let Vorn use his acrobatics, though. Because he is a dex paladin.
Mm.
Ooh.
It's good.
Hopefully.
And they're just kind of like pushing against each other. You hear Zaj say, Unborn, where's your precious again, Uther? Older. Where's your precious older now to save you? Mavathor.
Alright. Mavathor will go ahead and let me just check something real quick.
You can use that flame tongue if you want. It'll just be, if you're not proficient in it, it'll just be with disadvantage.
Yeah, no, he wasn't going to do that, but he is going to drop concentration on Bless, and he's going to instead rotate to casting Hold Person on Zaj. So he needs to make a DC 14 Wisdom save. I don't know why my thing didn't update, but
He is held.
alright. That should make things a bit easier for Vorn. And my spiritual weapon will float on up and swipe at him.
Either one are good.
It does 16 force damage because it's an auto crit.
Let's go.
Amric is going to... Oh man, he really wants to kill you now that you're right there, Dolos.
I would rather he fight me than fight this. Delos would want. Delos is like, fight me to the death. You will not hurt.
He's
As
going to
well.
use
Will not.
Master of Tactics to give Zaj the help action. And then he's going to attack you with his short sword. For 11 piercing damage.
Wonderful.
Born. I guess he's held there. He's just going to, Why hasn't Born been swinging his weapon? What's been going on with him? He's just been doing other stuff, I guess, huh? Oh yeah, he just really hasn't been in melee with anyone. But now that good old Zodge there is fucking hold personed, it's time to get busy with it, I guess. He's gonna use advantage. He's going to bring his he's gonna shake his wrist away from Zodge, and he's just gonna get nasty with it. With his longsword, he's gonna take it in two hands. Fortunately, 16 is a miss. He's gonna swing again. Oh, he's blessed. Let me roll bless for that.
Not anymore. I had to drop
Oh,
concentration on that to
bummer,
use whole
bummer.
person.
23 hits though. He's going to Divine Smite along with this. So 12 radiant and 16 slashing. 28 total on a held person's Zodge. There's this flash of radiant energy as he brings his weapon down two-handed on Zodge. The first one just hits his plate mail armor, or not his plate mail armor, but the sort of like chitinous breastplate that's like digging into Zodge's skin. It kind of just clinks off of the breastplate, and then he swipes it down again. Another flash of light from his blade, and he takes that damage. The two thugs shoot at Lightheart from their positions. They'll move up a little bit. And they'll both take shots at both bolts just slamming into the side of the house with thuds. Sylvie, you're up.
Okay. So Sylvie's gonna pop in a regular potion of healing really quick.
Yeah.
2d4 plus 2, right?
Yep.
Alright. And then River is still there, right?
Yeah. The banishment failed. She passed her save.
Right, okay. So I'm going to grab Thing with my usual, and I'm going to try and attack her with. Can I use my inspiration?
You may.
Okay.
Ooh.
Nice. Nice.
Ooh.
Let me
Let's
just,
go.
Let me just add that damage up real quick.
Oh, she's so pissed.
19, 27, 31. You drink your potion, and then you just drive your dagger down into kind of like the little space between her metal shoulder plate and kind of like right in her neckline. Just sinks all the way in. 30.
And I turn to her and I go, "You can mess with me all you want, but messing with my friends, that's crossing a line."
She kind of like spits out some red blood. A couple of the dead rose petals like fall from this thorny crown that she has on. She says, our little game's about to end, and it won't be in your favor, Sylvie. She's going to use... How much?
11.
Okay, she'll just use her reaction when you hit her with that strike first to Hellish Rebuke. So make a DC 18 Dex
Okay.
save. So you take 12 fire damage and you're unconscious.
Okay.
No.
No.
Legendary action, I think I can still use with a reaction because it's its own separate thing. So then she's going to use one of her legendary actions this round. And she's just going to do an Eldritch Blast on River here for 18 force, pushing her back. Oh, actually, it's just 10 because she's within 5 feet. Pushing her back 10 feet. River's doing pretty good. That's the first damage she's taken. Oh no, she took a little bit earlier too. Okay, Kralee.
Kralee, being a little freaked out about seeing Zaj this close, even if he's held, is going to use Rapid Hop just to go 10 feet away. Just because he's kind of freaked out seeing Zaj this close. And use switch back to his...
Make an insight check, Kralee.
Okay. Okay. Do that here.
You can see that Zaj is... He's got patches of flesh that are burned. You can kind of see some of the sinew of his muscle where he's gone through the fire. He's got like a big gash going from like his shoulder blade down to his waistline now, where Captain Lightheart has just kind of like slashed him across his chest, and blood is just like kind of pouring from this wound in his shoulder. Zaj is not looking good to you.
Okay.
Like you could end it here for
Oh.
Zaj.
Okay. I will still use the Rabbit Hop to hop back.
Okay.
But I will... I don't know, just Kralee wants to stick to using his bow. And he'll try to loose an arrow kind of towards one of those deep gashes that he sees exposed. Kind of
Yeah.
aiming for that.
Go for it.
Okay. I can't remember. Hold person is only advantage if you're using melee, like within 5 feet.
No,
he's
it's
paralyzed.
regardless.
Yeah, he's paralyzed.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Let me do that then. And that does include the poison.
How does Zaj perish?
I'd love for just kind of seeing the magic arrow loose. Just kind of this, it like slices through him where there was a gash. I assume he was facing Captain Vorn or whatever, and there's a gash in his back, and it just flies cleanly through that gash, leaving a trail of like, I don't know, gray energy light from the magic arrow, and it just kind of cleanly severs his heart. Or whatever. His spine. Something.
Whatever organ's right there.
Yeah, whatever organ will put out the lights.
There's this pale gray art magic that just kind of like goes right over as you're kind of springing through the air. Kind of before you land, you draw your bow and you let your arrow go, and as you land, this pale gray arc of light flashes out over Mavathor, and you hear like a thudding sound as the tip of your arrow it goes through Zaj's wound in his shoulder, and it does pierce through his heart, and then it stops on the inner part of the breastplate that he. He looks like he's gonna go to try and like grab Lightheart again, but Lightheart just kind of like steps to one side, and Zaj falls flat on his face. There, between Mavathor and Captain Lightheart.
Fuck yes, that's my turn. He's just thinking that.
Dolos.
Delos is going to attempt to attack again.
22 is good.
I would like to use the hideous Tassa's hideous laughter feature. I don't have the details of it, but
Yeah, anytime you strike with a melee, you can just cast the spell, and it'll use your spell DC.
okay. So now I think he has to be a.
Is it a charisma save? What type of save?
I think it's charisma. I don't know the spell. But he has to beat a 14.
Let me look up Tasha's here.
I think it's wisdom.
Sorry,
It's okay.
that's the one thing I didn't prepare for.
You can just put that spell, if you want, on your character sheet. Make it easy.
In the meantime, I'll be right back real quick.
Wisdom save. Which he fails.
Oh, let's go.
Heck yeah. Nice.
He falls prone, laughing uncontrollably. Sort of delusionally, he starts saying things like, he's like, to think that you thought you could defeat the Van Thampers. You're so foolish, Dolos. It's hilarious. And he's just laughing on the floor now. Larissa? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, can I do my bonus action and drink a healing potion?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I'll just do the minor potion of healing.
2d4 plus 2.
Okay.
Larissa's gonna move her hex off of you, Sylvie, with her bonus action onto River. And she's going to start unleashing some Eldritch Blasts. She's also going to make her have disadvantage on charisma saving throws. But first, all three of those are going to hit.
No.
No, not River.
Oh
Oh,
no.
no.
That's so much damage.
I know.
Oh no.
Oh, that's like 48.
Brings River to 1 HP.
No.
Oh,
Captain Zaj is done. Thirstwell holds his wand of magic missiles up in the air. And he says, he kind of like drags himself over to Amric, and you hear him say in Amric's ear, no, Amric, you're the last Vanthamper that's ever going to hurt anyone. And he fires the last couple of missiles out. Even as he's curled down on the floor laughing, as the final magic missile hits him, he like locks eyes with you, Dolos, with the realization that this is going to be his last day. All this careful plotting and planning, all this time is over.
Oh, wonderful.
River. I guess she was also pushed back quite some distance. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. River is going to conjure a little. Well, actually, she reaches down and picks up one of the many wilted rose petals that are now sort of covering the grounds all along the outside of Krayley's home here. And it sort of turns to ash in her hand, and then she kind of blows on it, and there's like a spark of flame, and she will summon a fire elemental.
Oh my.
Oh my god.
Could definitely have one of these. We'll just use this for now. She can actually summon it within range. Takes its turn immediately after yours. Okay. Mavathor, you're up.
Alright, well, he'll, take a step over Slot's body and look at it and be like, that's disgusting, and, then hold out the flame tongue sword to Vorn and say, I believe this is more your speed for him to take.
He reaches out and takes it from you. He says, thank you, cousin. How responsible of you. And he looks down at the blade. You hear him mumble something in Infernal, and the flames kind of flicker out. He puts it in his sheath, and anything else?
Yeah, he'll tell the shield it can stop concentrating on the wall of fire, before he then tells it to shoot a fireball at these fools down here.
Yeah, it does so. Go ahead and roll the damage.
Alright, Don't remember. It's 8d6. Okay.
Same DC 21.
Yeah. 22 damage.
Hey. One of them goes up in a blaze. Well, let's see. 22 halved. Okay, yeah. One of them goes up in a blaze. Little pillar of fire kind of just consumes them when the blast goes off. You hear the shield kind of groan with pleasure. It feels so good. And the other one takes 22 fire damage.
Mavathor won't kind of quirk his eyebrow a little bit and respond, I didn't take you to be a sadist.
Oh, I've just been locked away for so long. It's nice to live a little.
Yeah. And he'll command his spiritual weapon to float down here and take a swing. Uh, 20.
24 is a hit.
She takes 8 force damage. And I don't know if she needs to roll or not, but DC 10 con save to maintain concentration on the fire elemental.
The fire elemental was summoned by River.
Oh, I didn't. Okay, I didn't know that. Never mind.
No worries. She turns as your spiritual weapon towards her. She kind of looks you in the eyes, Mavathor, as it's like swinging towards her. You hear her voice momentarily, just very briefly in your mind. I'll remember this. And then your spiritual weapon strikes her. There's like a sickening crack, and she falls to the ground. Arlene? The wilted petals that are kind of raining down begin to like drizzle off, and it stops kind of completely. That acrid, sulfurous scent in the air sort of begins to fade away as well. It's just that one thug left, huh? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Thug turns and starts to dash away. He moves 60 feet. He bow and bolts, still smoldering from the fireball. Sylvie, make a death save. And Krayley, what would you like to do?
Seeing all the immediate.
Well, I mean, yeah, no, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, just seeing that the immediate enemy's gone, especially Captain Zaj, I'll just go check on my mom. First and foremost, I'm gonna make sure she's okay.
Yeah, she is kind of hunkered under the bed. She sees you kneel down there. She holds her furry paw out and like touches your cheek, and you hear her say to you, "Your mother would have been so proud of you. You've gotten so good with
No.
that bow, Krayley." Been
I pull her
practicing.
in for a hug.
She wraps her arms around you. Dolos.
Dolos looks towards this wall, gives him one of his potions of healing, and it's like, here, you need this. Um, I need to go and make sure Sophie's okay. Are you gonna be okay?
He says, hold on to it, Dolos. It's not going to do me much good in this state." And he gives it back to you. Currently, their
Dolos.
spell has a total of 5 max right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. I think Delos is still gonna leave it at his feet. He doesn't care.
Okay.
And then he's just gonna head out here and cast Healing Word on Sylvie.
Okay. Go for it. Sylvie, you wake up flat on your back, feeling a little dizzy. You have 1 level of exhaustion because you were knocked unconscious twice during that combat. But you're open. You see Captain Lightheart kneeling down next to you. He kind of like helps prop you up, and he says, "Are you okay there, Sylvie?" You look over and you see Larissa there, kind of laying on her side. She's got dark blood dripping out of the corner of her mouth. Her eyes are open, just kind of staring at you.
Sylvie grabs both of her daggers and just goes ballistic. And then, when she's done, she doesn't look at Vorn. She just goes, "Okay, now I'm good." And then she kicks her.
There's like a thudding crack. Her blood's dripping from your daggers. There's a slow, natural rain. You see River kind of like holding her hand up to the sky, and some kind of clouds begin rolling in, and kind of like a gentle rain begins to fall. She starts to go around, and like one by one, she just is like druid crafting away all of the little wilted rose petals as she kind of walks through the grass and stuff around your home, Krayley. Like every little wilted rose petal that she disperses with her druid craft like sprouts one of those little flowers that you planted at your mother's grave, as she goes around kind of getting rid of all the wilted rose petals. MVP of this combat encounter, hold person.
Absolutely.
It really was.
Yeah.
These
So good.
these NPCs had good saving throw stuff, so well done. I'm just going to give you the list of magical items that they're carrying.
Whilst they're doing that, Malvathar will go and pick up the apparent fractured pieces of the soul coin off of oh gosh, Avazad and
Yeah, so
Amric.
Sylvie, you have an iron necklace. It seems as though Larissa split the soul coin in half, and she kept half. And then the other half she split in half again and made necklaces and gave one of each to Amric and Zaj. So now the soul coin is split into 3 parts.
Yeah. He'll go and collect those and then walk out and offer them to Sylvie.
I take them, thank you, and then I kind of just like put them back together. Even though like I know they won't stay because they're shattered, and just kind of look down at it and see if I could feel anything, like if it's getting like warmer, like it was.
Make an Arcana check. Ever since you arrived here in Baldur's Gate, after your long years of chasing Larissa across the Sword Coast, and you started building relationships with people again, this object that you've been carrying for all these years, which you never really thought twice about. It was just really the only thing that was left behind when Larissa murdered your family. Something happened to it when you arrived in Baldur's Gate and started to trust people again. The coin began to grow warm, and you discovered that all this time you've been carrying the soul of your sister in this coin with you. But your determination, your blind hatred for Larissa had sort of closed off your ability to sense your sister's presence in the coin itself. As you place the 3 pieces of the coin together, and you hold it there in your hands, hoping, it remains cool to the touch.
Sylvie drops to her knees, starts crying of everyone.
Is Krayley able to hear that from inside the house?
Make a perception check.
Okay. Back up here. Oh, sorry, it's not with advantage. You can ignore that. Just the first one.
I would say 10 is probably enough.
Okay.
If it helps, Dolos is gonna yell, Krayley, I need some emotional helping with Sylvie.
I don't know how to emotion.
I'll just
I'm not good at this
say
stuff.
I need to go see the others, and I'll let my mom go, and then I'll kind of run outside, see what's going on, and see Sylvie crying there on her knees, and I'll just kind of go up and just put an arm around her and
I give in.
Are
And I
you
start
okay?
sobbing into his shoulder. No,
Oh my gosh.
everything's
just
gone.
hug
It's
her.
all gone.
I don't know what to say. Krayley just chokes up.
You hear Captain Lightheart say, he kind of puts a hand, pats you on the back, and he says, I have a friend, Sylvie, who lives in Candlekeep. She might be able to help us. If anything, she might be able to tell us more about what this thing is. I guess Lightheart doesn't really know why you're sad, though. He says, what is that, by the way? Why are you so sad about it.
It's a soul coin, and apparently it had my sister's soul in it. The wrist broken, took it, split into 3, and now I feel my sister anymore. It's the only thing I had that connected me to her.
I think that I remember reading a bit about soul coins now that you mention it. But my friend is an expert on the outer planes. She might have a better breadth of information about what could be done to, I don't know, repair it?
Mavithar will reach out to the shield and ask it if it knows anything about mending soul coins.
The shield says, why do you care, Mavithar? Feeling compassionate?
She did help us, and I believe she will continue to help us. A little bit of loyalty never hurt anyone.
Soul coins are a currency used in the Nine Hells. Often souls are bound to them and they're traded for favors. They're incredibly hard to damage. I would imagine that the soul is still bound to the coin, but you would have to find someone quite powerful to repair it. Someone who's well versed in infernal magics. I could do it if I wasn't trapped in this godforsaken shield. The sooner that we get to El Terrell, the better.
Interesting.
I'll grab Sylvie's hand and I'll say, we will find this person, and I will help you find this person, Sylvie. You are not alone in this.
She won't be hard to find, Lightheart says. We can travel to Candlekeep if we like, or I can send word to her. But it's something I think that she would be most interested in.
Avatar will speak up and say, I've heard of these soul coins before, and I know that they're incredibly difficult to break, and that a sufficiently powerful individual might be able to fuse it back together. Whether that's the scholar over in Candledeep, or perhaps you could attempt attempt to partition a god.
Does Dolos hear that?
Yeah, I think he's talking out loud.
Mm-hmm.
Delos, wanting to help, not really sure what he can do directly, just gets on his knees and tries to pray. I don't think he's ever prayed before, but is going to try and pray to Miracle and be like, these souls have been sent to you, these very powerful people, and it's sort of asking for like guidance or help with like returning or like fixing the soul coin, or he basically doesn't want Zoe to feel sad and is trying to like ask a favor from God.
Roll a D100.
Okay.
You're not sure what you're hoping for or expecting to hear, but you kind of are praying there to Merkel, and you kind of like open one eye and look around, and no miracle happens.
Yeah, Dallas feels awkward, gets up and goes back inside.
Avatar continues. He says, I could attempt to ask my god, but I don't think he would find much pittance on you.
So I
He'll
think
look,
we can start with this person and keep.
he'll look to Vorn and say, do you want to try? I know Levanther might be a little bit more kind.
Lightheart says, I think the Morning Lord has already helped us enough, seeing as we're all going to live to see a new dawn. But I will send word to my companion at Candlekeep as soon as we get back to the barracks. He looks at you, Krayley, and he says, I will have some men sent out here to Southfoot. Begin repairs on your home immediately.
What time of day is it? By
It
the way, I
is
can't remember.
nighttime now.
Okay.
The sun is set already.
I
The
appreciate that.
the funeral happened in the evening, you know, so
Okay. Gotcha.
it was it's probably around midnight now.
Right. Okay.
Um, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say, thank you. It's much appreciated. I will be staying the night here after everything that's happened, and everybody is welcome. There's not many beds, but people are welcome to stay here.
Puke.
Morn says, perhaps that's best. He kind of looks down at Larissa and over at Vorn's body. There's no telling what else could creep up in the night. We'll all stay and make sure that nobody else turns up wishing to do harm. You guys will get a long rest. You can try and use the Character Mancer to level up if you like. And we'll take a little 5-minute break.
Okay.
So
Okay.